Welcome to the Champion Breakdown,
where we highlight the gold nuggets, the tips and tricks to help you become the best version of yourself in your journey to becoming a champion.
Welcome to the Jamie Breakdown, you guys. We're so excited to break down that episode that we just talking to Jamie. So excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. I wish I had her as my mentor when I was a kid. I mean, she was saying a lot of the things truthfully that my mom taught us, but like Jamie's way cooler. Can you agree?
Oh my gosh, she is so fun. And I just love I just feel like so much of what she said, even is good for anybody, no matter if they're an athlete or not, to listen to and put into their lives. Like just enjoying the journey. It's not always about the outcome, and having fun, and don't let your happiness depend on the result that you're going for. I just think that is so key to life, you know?
Yeah. And I know you and I have been really obsessed with this book called Super Attractor. And I feel like Jamie is the living example of that. Like, do things that make you feel good and say things to yourself that make you feel good to block out all the negative thoughts. And when you feel good, then you can attract all the good into your life. And I just feel like watching her, that's what she does. She's a super attractor. She's a master manifester.
She really is. I mean, and all the stuff that she learned and started implementing at such a young age, like when she was talking about the affirmations and how she kind of has to do like self-psychology, it's so interesting because that is literally like what they do for brain retraining. So if you have a thought like this is going to be hard, or this is going to be scary, or there's no way I can do that, or how in the world am I going to win the Olympics, or whatever it is, and you literally just reverse that and start talking to yourself in literally the same it's almost saying the same kind of thing. Like instead of, I can't, there's no way I can do that, being like, I absolutely can do that. And doing that almost self-psychology, that was amazing. And that she does that. I 100% believe that is a huge part of how she's been able to find the success she's found, because she has trained her brain to think of good things. I mean, thoughts are so powerful. She talks about that too, you know?
Yeah. I wore this t-shirt today, speak it until you see it. And I feel like that was the theme of her, her message today. Even back, if you're a parent listening, I loved when she said what her mom did. Like her mom literally gave her what I think the greatest gift a parent could give a kid, just the gift of belief. And it wasn't about believing you can win a gold medal, or, it's just, I believe in you. I'm praying over you. I don't think that can't have a price on it, that gift to a kid.
I know. And the thing is too, is that like, I know that was her mom and she had an amazing mom, but there's so many people out there that can do that for you. So if you're finding yourself, without, that mom in your life that's building belief into you, find somebody that will build that belief into you, because find a mentor. And because mentorship, it comes in so many different forms, and that can be a mom, it can be a dad, it can be a sibling, but it also can be your coach. It could be a friend that's doing the same sport, but you do need to have somebody that believes in you. And it starts with believing in yourself and believing that you can find that person. So even, going back to affirmations and manifesting, kind of so many things that Jamie talked about that were so important to her is just knowing that you can find that mentor, because it really is, it's so important to have somebody that believes in you, because there's times where you're going to doubt. There's no way in the history of any sport that people have not doubted themselves at some point, right? Or with anything that people do. And so you need to find a way that somebody's going to believe in you, because there's going to be times when it's going to be hard to believe in yourself.
And I love that she talked about her defining moment was when she felt kind of like the strength of her body taken away. And she really like started to hone in on that side of her athletic career. And, this podcast, you guys, you're going to be hearing a lot of tips for the mind, but unless you're also fueling your body right, I mean, the gut's connected to the brain. So when she started talking about caring what she was putting in her body and treating her body like a race car, I was like, thank you so much for saying that. If a few kids hear that, take it to heart, make a few better choices. It's all connected, right?
It's so true. It's so important. I think that sometimes when you're young, you don't realize that because it feels like you can eat anything and, it doesn't matter, but it really does matter. You'll start noticing a huge difference with caring what you put in your body. And sometimes it can be simple. It can be like, okay, don't eat any junk food or don't have any soda. And it doesn't have to be like you have to have all these gourmet meals prepped for you, but just really it does matter what you put in your body. And so making that decision to realize how important that is. Let's talk about how amazing her stories were about being bullied as a kid and just turning that into the positive. I mean, that was so inspirational to me because that could go so many different ways, right? You can sit there and be a victim that you're being bullied, or you can decide. She literally said she wanted to take something that was not good and turn it into something that could be for something greater. And that's literally drove her to the competitor that she was. Like, that was amazing.
And it'll be interesting as we go through the podcast and hear all the stories, but I don't think there are many people in life who kind of do great things with their body or their brain that have kind of an extraordinary life that didn't have some haters, didn't have some people trying their best to pull them down. And I think just knowing that and preparing for it in a way, like just knowing, oh yeah, if it comes, I got this. I know what she did. If she can do it, I can do it. And I just think that that's probably a rite of passage for any champion.
Totally. And also how amazing was it that she even said the way that it made her feel made her realize she will always choose to be nice and always choose kind. And I love that because she's like the most sweet, kind soul ever. And it's hard for me to believe that she wouldn't have been like that anyway. But, just to know that it's not okay to treat people at all poorly and to know that you can choose kind. You can always choose kind.
Yes. And when she said that, I was like, okay, that makes sense, because I don't know if you've been around champions before, people who have all the accolades, but sometimes they don't talk to you unless you're on their level kind of thing. And I have noticed that Jamie literally has the same kind of like respect for every human. It's not whether you're a good snowboarder or you're a good surfer. Gosh, I would love more of the world to grow up doing that, because it like your results, like they don't matter. It's like her mom said, the person, like, your character matters most. And I just feel like if we can treat more people by who they are, not what they've done in life, that would be beautiful. That's what she's doing. I love it.
No, she's such a good inspiration to kids and all humans, because it's, being in her position, it's not always, kind of easy to do that. She's getting pulled in all different directions, but to always just treat every single person with respect and equally. And it's so awesome. And you know what? It's always interesting because you always look at kind of anybody's journey in life and the process of their journey of who they're becoming and stuff. And she even talked about that. She even talked about how she probably was getting a little ahead of herself in life. And then she had that accident and it really brought her back down to realize what's important. And so sometimes I think that when you're going through a hard thing like that, like I'm sure that was so hard for her, it's hard to realize like, okay, there's a bigger plan. There's a reason why this is happening. And it seems like she got that right away. And it's like, okay, coming back down, back down to square one, because that's where I've got it. This is the universe being like, girl, check yourself.
Yeah. And I don't know if we talked about this already, but this is the major secret that she has nailed. It's the gratitude part of life. And that's part of the super attractor, master manifestor stuff. The more grateful you are, the more good things that come to you. And I think it's a habit, the gratitude habit, that obviously from her humble beginnings, she was able to easily build that. And if you are out there and you don't have as humble a life and beginnings, you can still build that habit of gratitude by literally, like, I love how she talked about what she wakes up in the morning doing, beginning with what she's grateful for.
It's so powerful. And you guys, the book we're talking about, Super Attractor, that's by Gabby Bernstein. And it's a great book for anybody all across all parts of life. She has so many great tips and nuggets in there that you're really going to want to get your hands on that. So, okay, you guys, that was our Jamie breakdown. We love it. The athlete breakdown, listening to these athletes and just telling you guys what we feel like great points that they talked about. And so we're glad that you spent this 10 minutes with us, and we'll talk to you soon. Talk to you at our next episode.